Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Parts have arrived for the BA. It's cold, windy, can't feel my hands. So let's slip some tools, put the parts on, get this thing on the road, and have a good day. Let's get to it. On the contrary of what I said before, I didn't buy a full timing chain set. I went and bought just the tensioners. I actually found them online. It was hard to find, but I got them in the end. Every single one I was looking at would have had to come from overseas, but I managed to find a supplier here in Australia that actually has them, and they arrived in like 2 days. So that was good. So to get the other one and the full gasket set would have cost just over $500. I got these two tensioners for $140, and I'm going to reuse the gaskets because that's the right thing to do. Reuse something recycle. Alright, I'll show you what they look like. So in the old one, the last episode, sorry, these are the two old ones. Yeah, I couldn't compress that one, but I could have compressed it. See, you're not supposed to be able to do that. Meant to be tensioned so the chain doesn't rattle. Yeah, so I got the new ones. These are the part numbers. So left and right. I'm not sure which one's which. Got excited and ripped this box open, so let's get to that. Yeah, so that's the right one, which is that part number, quality, and that's the left one. Yeah, so they should go on. I just need to clean these surfaces where they bolt to. Let's get some light in here. Yeah, where the hell did they go? Yeah, so that's going to clean all that old oil up. And where's that one down there? Same as that. Don't want to scratch it up too much because they want to have a good machine surface. You can see scratches on it already. That was probably from the last install, just cleaning it up. So I'll see what kind of sandpaper I got. That's maybe 1500 or something, and a bit of degreaser. I don't know. Should be pretty straightforward. I don't think the chain I think the chain's fine. I mean, it's only done 80,000 and it's a metal chain. So if it doesn't work, we'll just have to do it again. That's what we do here. Dumb stuff. So here's the cover. Looks like I collected some leaves. Yeah, so these weren't ripped or torn or anything. Still seem to look like gaskets, so I'm just going to clean all that up, clean all this up, and put it back together. I'll leave the old oil like yogurt, makes it better. I will obviously clean all this up, but I will get some RTV and goop the shit out of it. I might loosen off the rocker cover bolts. Yeah, those gaskets look good. Just so I can get a little bit of lift off the covers so I can get the cover back in. The timing chain cover. I'll do nothing about that power steering leak. Yeah, should go pretty smoothly. Fingers crossed. One thing I did notice while researching these parts, it seems like, because these engines, they're American, all the Ford V8 ones are American, they seem to be the same across the 4.6 litres, the 5.4s, but these style of tensioners, they're the first generation style. I'll just show you the other ones. Yes, in the last video I was saying how when I got my XR8 done, he showed me the other tensioners that came off it, and they had like that seal around here and they split and the oil leaks out and the pressure doesn't build up. These are surface to surface, there's no seal required, that's why it needs to be very exact so it doesn't leak out. While researching it, I did notice, well, not that I noticed, but I saw, so this would have come out with those ones with the O-ring, and that's the generation 2 technically style, which cheaper plastic, but are meant to last longer, but those O-rings don't last, or O-rings, the seals, they're round square seal things. So the upgrade for this is actually the model before. So So they've gone back to the previous version, which is the cast iron ones with its heavier surface to surface and that, because they last longer. The only disadvantage of those are that they don't make the timing. They make the timing chains last less time. They stretch them quicker because they're the ratcheting style ones. Just still fully don't understand how that works. There is a 3rd gen one. It's an aluminium one, and it's meant to be like flawless. I did notice they are the same on a lot of models, not just the Fords. So they're just mass produced for modern engines. Pretty sure the Navara out there that had the same ones, all the pictures I could see. They don't tension at different rates, they just tension the chain until there's back pressure from the chain, so they don't go any further. But yeah, so it seems like a universal part. I wasn't game enough to buy one that wasn't specified for this model, the 5.4 litre 3 valve. So I found the ones for it, but it seems like they probably all could work. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, that's the left side. Right side's done. I did notice on the left side, which had the failed tensioner, the oil port there in the middle, and up there. It's quite gunky. It wasn't blocked, but heaps of, I guess, burnt out oil. So yeah, pulled the screwdriver through it and got a bit of crap out of it. Maybe that's the reason why it failed. There's some steel wool down there I've got to clean up. Yeah, this one's good. Didn't check that one to see if it was blocked. Why does my light keep turning off? There we go. Nah, she's good. No blockage in that one. Cool, well, they cleaned up. I'll get the surface for the gasket cleaned up, and then I've got to head out and get some RTV. But yeah, the council's got a trailer parked in front of my driveway for some reason. There's plenty of room, but I have to tell them to get out the way. Got stuff to do. Alright, I'm just going to use the razor blade. I know there's other tools you can use, but that's what I got. And clean all the surfaces off. I've jammed a rag down there as well, just so to stop stuff going in the oil for when I do the oil change later. Less is best. Alright, let's get to it. Alright guys, sorry about the noise. The council's really going at it now, but yeah, you can see the head's clean. The block is clean. As good as I can do down there. This side as well. Haven't done the sump yet. I just had to take a break. My wrist was cramping. And of all things, my leg was cramping the way I was spread eagled out here trying to get down low. Yeah, so had the rag in there, now take it off so I can clean that bottom bit. I'll just try and scrape it off and try and flick it out as I'm doing it. In the end I started off with some 1200 grit after I razor bladed everything. Then I moved on to 800, wherever the hell, oh, right there. And then down the bottom sections there, I end up using a little bit of steel wool just to get around the grooves, like the locating pin. That one and that one. So yeah. Alright, I'll do that. Then I've got to head out and get that RTV. Alright, it's clean down the bottom. So it turns out that was a gasket, not goop right down the bottom. But it was so thin it was probably doing nothing anyway. I accidentally cut a little section off over here. So I was like, oh, it's all coming off RTV. It'll do fine. little corner bits, I'm assuming there's tabs there. That's I was trying to cut it off. I thought, no, I'll just leave it. Extra RTV, so the sump gasket and RTV should seal it. Still clean. This is shit here, but there's rectangular prongs here for the timing cover to sit on, I suppose, locator bracket pins. Yeah, so RTV and patience. Anyway, that's ready, and I forgot about cleaning up the cover over there, so I'll do that, then I'll head off and get some RTV. I did notice while I was doing it, just here, and yeah, there's indents, and I thought, oh, the other people who installed this are dodgy, damaged it. But if you remember in the last video, that's where I was bloody prying it, so that was me. That's on me. Anyway, I got it smooth. It's just a little indent. The RTV will seal it. It's all good. RTV the world, I say. Alright guys, here it is all clean. I didn't do the inside, but I did all the mating surfaces, tops, and the bottom. I gave this a bit of a scrub, but it's what it is. Yeah, just down there. Now, did the gasket seals, I guess you can call them. Had some RTV around the base, still is. They are what they are, but remember, RTV is going to fix it, so it's all good. Alright, now that that's done, and these were the most annoying bits to do, not time consuming, just annoying, off to get the magic stuff, RTV. Oh yeah, one other thing, you can see where the chain on the driver's side was digging in. That's all those bronzy coloured bits. And this is the left side. Even up on here. To me this looks the most fresh, which is the driver's side, which I don't understand. Because that almost right, but maybe it's not. Maybe I cleaned it better. Yeah, I cleaned it better. Yeah, so I reckon this is the fresh stuff, and I reckon that's what probably what went last time. And that's why they did it. These also look like the factory seals. I don't think they replaced any seals. Yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, back from the parts store. Had to fight the Indian Army out there to get out my driveway. And I said I'll be back in half an hour. They're like, yeah, no worries, we'll leave it clear. Come back and they blocked my driveway again, so I just stood there staring at them. And they moved their trailers and I could get back in my driveway. Anyway, show you what I got. Alright, so I got some black RTV gasket maker. Whatever, RTV silicon, whatever, safe, sensor safe and everything's safe. And the only thing I cared about was that it said something about timing. Ideal for timing covers and intake manifolds. So we're going to do one of those. Got some brake cleaner to clean up the surface. Checked with the guy, he said that's perfect for it, so that's all good. And I was just reading the instructions on the tensioners. There's not much to it. I don't know if you had to somehow prime them or whatever, but basically it just says when the tensioner is activated, the installer needs to ensure that the foot is free to allow full extension of the plunger and correctly engages on the chain guides. The free length travel of the foot is 16mm after the pin has been released. So see, that's got a pin here. So you pull that out. That's that little hole there. I guess that'll allow it to go in and out. I suppose it's locking it in, so you can bolt it in, release, pull it out, and then it'll tension, I suppose. Yeah, so that's all it seems to be. Alright, so I'm going to do something. I might prep the timing cover, then I'll get the RTV on here, and then no, I'm going to bolt them in, then do the timing cover and all that. Imagine that, put it all together and leave the timing tensioners off. Would be something I'd do as well. Also, it's just so windy and cold now. Yeah. Alright, bolted in the left one, because it's easier to get to and see for that one than that one. I'm going to pull the pin out and see what happens. Oh, I need some pliers. Alright, got some broken needle nose pliers. Oh, she snapped right in there. Like a grenade pin. Man, that was violent. I hope that's the right spot. Yeah, can't be any other way. They go in to there. Well, they're both in, and it's tight. Both snapped into place. Yeah, so I think that was it. Should be all good now. Yep, sorry, yeah, they're in, everything feels tight, it feels good. I got a phone call, so I had to hang up. So now I'm going to move on to this mess. So that was the easy part. This is going to be the annoying hard part, because getting it all in and gooping it and not putting the goop on everything that I touch. So yeah, I hate this part. Alright, I'll bring you back in when it's done. I'm not going to bother recording this. Alright guys, seals are in. Put a little bead on the inside of those just to hold them in. Put some on the bottom there. It's messy. It's all messy. And the tops. So bottom and the tops. Down here, I've just about used the whole bloody tube. I don't want it leaking. So yeah, all up there. It's quite thick. Same up there. And there is a lot down the bottom and everywhere. That's all good down there. Alright, now I didn't loosen the covers off, so this is going to be a struggle now. I forgot, but I got to get this on. I think I got 8 to 12 minutes, it says, for it to grow a skin, and that's when you apply it, and then an hour before it cures initially, and then I think it's like over 24 hours, 18 to 24 hours. Yeah. Once it's on there, now I can remove the excess silicone, but yeah, just about the whole tube. Bloody split right at the bottom, straight away. Covered my hands in it. Ended up putting the gloves on, so with the gloves too. Alright, let's, I'll give it 5 more minutes, and then I'll get it on. I only just put that on there, so that won't be ready. Yeah, give it 5 more minutes and I'll put it on. Well, here's a life lesson for you. It's easier to pry things off than it is to get them on. Panic set in so much then. I had to loosen off the sump. I couldn't get to 2 of the bolts behind the cross member. Tried to get the rocker covers loose. So much crap in the way. Got half of it loose. Managed to flex it in there. Just popped it in. I've tapped it in with the, I don't know, little hammer. It's sitting in there. It's not bolted in. I'll show you. There it is, in there. God, the panic. Just sitting in there. Didn't get any RTV rubbed off, so it's all good. Just got to get the bolts in now. I have to look up the torque. I should have looked that up first. I'll get the bolts in, get them snug, and then I'll look up the torque spec. All in there. I panicked down here. Bloody nothing would fit. Oh, had to loosen off the bolts. There's these ones back there covered in oil we couldn't get to. Had to use the bloody this thing, and oh god, Ford put that bloody oil sensor right in the way of one of the bolts. I couldn't get the impact on it, and then my spanner stopped working, the ratchet spanner. Oh god, the panic up and down, but it's in. Oh god, whew. Need a beer after that one. It's in. Alright guys, all the bolts are done up. I started putting in bolts that I had sitting in here. I was like, this isn't enough. I started off with this one, and I'm like, and then this one, and there's definitely not enough here. Then I remembered I'd made this stupid thing, didn't I? So I was putting in the wrong bolts. Alright, so they're all in. Just got the power steering pump on. That was... I hate you, Ford. That's what that was. All the sensors down the bottom are plugged in. I haven't plugged in these sensors here. These bolt on here, and then clip in. We're going to reconnect that. Anyway, that's all tangled up, I guess. It's meant to clip in and plug in, whatever. Yeah, sensor there, that goes down here. Just got to run it properly. Just keeping it out of the way for now. It's got to put the harmonic balancer back on, all the pulleys, and then I'm going to have to Google how to run the belt, because that's not for this car, and I didn't take note of how it was before. Yeah, alright, so I'll fix that first, now that I broke it, and then I'll move on to the pulleys. Alright guys, sorry about the noise again, the council's still working out there. It's like 4:30 or something. Yeah, it's all back together as you can see. The belt, looked at an old picture I had of it, and I could work it out, there's no issues. This did confuse me, looked like a pulley's meant to be here. Tried to put that one on there to start with, and the bolt was too big, but it fit into that one. But I knew that's where the tensioner went, somewhere there, so I was really confused. So I had to like get the pictures up and look at it, and yeah, there's no pulley there. So I don't know, it's like a provisioning for a pulley. I don't know, some sort of option or something, not sure. It's weird. Anyway, it's all back together, everything's plugged in. I did fix that. I didn't know black tape, so it looks dumb. I mean, I got black tape everywhere, but not that I could bloody find it. Yeah, everything's clipped in, plugged in. I haven't put the fans in yet. Power steering pump hooks onto the fans. Power steering filler. Sorry, yeah, the pump's all done down there. All the bolts have checked everything. Everything's good, everything's torqued. Yeah, it's good to go. I just have to wait. I'm not going to fire it up. I could fire it up now just to hear. The belt is all lined up. The harmonic balancer was a pain. I had to get these two brackets, have them in sort of this sort of fashion. Whew, lucky that went on the ground. Like that. So lock over and tighten the bolt down the crank, because that's definitely the right way to do it. The washer that was on there was just too fat for the threads to grab, so yeah, I did that, got it on enough, then I fed it through. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Gonna wait till tomorrow, like I said. For you guys it will be 1 second, for me it will be a whole night. I'll be not sleeping tonight thinking if it's gonna explode. And yeah, it's that plug. Cool. Yeah, I didn't replace the belt because I forgot to order one. Ordered one online, it's like, you know, $80. Get one from Repco, it's like $560 in the blood of my firstborn son. So I'll order one online next week for when I'm home. But it's still good enough to run. It's not split or anything, a little bit old. It's got those marks in it, but it's not like it's going to fall to pieces. Alright, see you guys in the morning. Alright guys, it's not the next day. I put it together without the fans. I need to hear this run before I go and shut down for the night, or I won't be able to sleep. My heart's pounding. Everything went back together how it should. There's no missing parts. Should just fire up. Hopefully. Here goes. Maybe they need oil. Maybe the chain is no good. Damn it, I was hoping it'd be quiet. No. Let's just start it up again. I think it's a flop. I think I need a chain. That was better. That was actually really a lot better. Maybe they do just need a minute to get the oil pumping. That first startup was worse than it's ever sounded. Nothing's pissing out. There's none of that. Remember before when it was idling, it was still ticking. It's not ticking now. I think that other noise, this pulley, didn't sound too good when it was spinning. Maybe it's good. Sounds good. Alright, one more time. Didn't make the sound at all then. Oh. Yes! Fuck yes! Oh, I love it when things actually work. Alright guys, I'll see you back here in the morning. Hey guys, next day. Let's go have a look at the car. Still here. Before I went to bed, I gave it another fire again, and it did still rattle and start up, which is unfortunate. I think maybe one of the guides, the left-hand guide, is maybe that was damaged in some way. It looked good. Seemed to be mounted right, but yeah, the chain was tight when I put the new tensions in there, so I don't know what's going on. Might be something different. There is another sound when it starts up. It's the power steering pump. It makes a little like that winding sound, but not too bad, so I think that's also crap. Anyway, here it is still. I'm going to put the fan in, get the power steering reservoir hooked on, and that's it. Clean up the tools and we'll fire it up. Alright, it's all back together. Gave it a wipe over in here just to make it look a little bit nicer, and top the fluids up. Let's see what happens. Let's hear the clank, because we know what's going to happen still. But how bad, we don't know. Let's do it. It's a lot better. I can't complain with that. It's not making the sound on idle, and it was continuously going like tick 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 tick, rubbing. Alright, can we take it for a drive? What do you guys reckon? I'm gonna let it idle for a little bit, let it warm up. That plug yesterday, that was for the fan. So yeah, let it idle. I'm gonna move the Navara and we'll hit the road. Oh yeah, gotta do that dance. Got some development. I was just getting the bar ready to move on this one. And I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear a knock. It's not coming from the timing gears. It's coming from back here. Can't tell where that sound's coming from. Sounds like the center. Maybe a piston pin's worn out. Well, that's unfortunate. It's definitely not coming from the front. It's coming from up here somewhere. Alright guys, that's really bummed me out. That's definitely sounds like rod. I had an AU Fairmont, that maroon one, years back, and that was the pin in the piston that holds the piston cup to the rod. Can't remember what they're called. They got a weird name. We'll just call it a piston pin. They wear out and they allow the piston to just slightly move. That actually sounds like what it is. I reckon it was the timing chain. It'd be a lot. Well, the sound's not coming from the front. I can hear it when I put my head at the back near the throttle body. There. Not there. There. It's hard. There I am. Yeah. That was gone, that tensioner. That sound's gone quiet, but as soon as it warmed up, it started to make that knock again. So, what do? I'm not rebuilding it. I'm not ripping the motor. I have to think about this. Just don't know. Alright, gonna end this one here. At least we got done what I wanted to do, but yeah, I'm not happy now about that sound. Now I've actually worked out what it is. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. And yeah, hit that like button if you liked it. I know some of my videos can drag on a bit. I'm not good with the camera. Alright, well, this is it. Might be up for sale cheap. I don't know. I don't have time to rip an engine apart. So that exhausted me doing that. Alright. Thanks guys. Hit the like button. I'll see you next time here. Bye.